Coaches, hope you're having a great week. I want to touch base with you really fast about a couple of things since we weren't able to have our coaches meeting this past Monday. I'll talk about that in just a second, but I want to start out by just telling you how much we got bragged on this past weekend. Some of you may know we had someone in from Central, and Josh, who is in from Central, he's actually over all of the host team pastors. Now, Rachel is the person who's over all host team pastors, so Josh is actually over her as well as the person who's over all of the admins at all the campuses. So anyways, Josh is very high up in Central, and he was here visiting, and he just had phenomenal things to say about host team. You guys and your teams were just really on point this past weekend, and I just was so excited to be able to brag on you guys and for him to see that firsthand. He specifically bragged on hospitality. He said, gosh, I don't think I ever saw a snack bin that was empty, a coffee pump that was empty, or any drips or spills or anything on the kiosk. He said people were constantly wiping them down, constantly refilling, and hospitality was really on point. He also really bragged on our parking teams. That's our waivers, our patio greeters, and then at 10 and 11:30, our actual full parking teams that are helping people find spots and just keep the flow in the lot going well. He said that was phenomenal and really, really made the experience completely different all the way from the street into the building. So good job there. He also mentioned that ushers were great. I will be honest with you and tell you the one area he said that maybe we need a little more work is with our greeters. And so for me, that falls in line with also our patio greeters. You know, he had said they did great with the parking team, but I want to make sure our patio greeters and our door greeters are just that we're able to lead them to really step up their game and understand how their body language and how they're acting and what they're saying and if they're staying at their post or not, things like that are really affecting the experience. So again, he didn't say anything negative. He just said if there was one area to work on, it would definitely be our greeters. And so we'll be talking about that more in the weeks to come as we kind of have those conversations and make sure that we bring excellence to that role of our teams. Okay, a couple things really quick. So we did cancel our coaches meeting on Monday. There were just too many scheduling conflicts and, you know, kind of just it wasn't working out for people. So at this point, we've tried a couple different things. We've tried evenings on the weekend. We've tried days on the weekend. We've tried evenings during the week. And honestly, the thing that seems to be working the best as far as scheduling and getting everyone here is a Sunday afternoon, right after 11:30. So that's what we're going to go back to for right now. And the reason that we canceled is that one part of what we were going to do is just really, really makes more sense and is so much more beneficial to do it in a group setting with more people, and that's our Strengths Finder. I know all of you have the books and you've all taken the tests, and so I want to make sure that we have a chance to discuss that as a group and as a team. It is so, so imperative that we get to do that together and not just like kind of on a one-on-one. It just makes a lot more sense in a group. And so our next coaches meeting, again, we're going to do it on a Sunday. It'll be Sunday, May 10th. It'll be one from 1 to 2:30. If we can make it from 1 to 2, we will. But I want to make sure that we go through our Strengths Finder then. So make sure that you are prepared, ready to talk about your Strengths Finder on Sunday, May 10th at 1 o'clock. Again, lunch is provided, and if you need childcare, just let me know, and I can take care of that as well. We just want to take away any barriers that we can, and I would ask that you guys just be able to give this 1 hour on a Sunday to get together and talk through this, because this is something that's actually we're going to be using throughout the rest of the year as we help lead our teams through the same thing. So again, it's super imperative that you're here at this meeting to be able to talk through that together and understand how to lead someone else through it, because that will be the goal coming out of this. All right. Next is another thing we're going to talk about on Monday, so I'm just going to talk to you about it on here, and then we'll touch base one-on-one on this weekend, but goals for 2015. So I don't know if you guys have heard, you probably have because there's been so much buzz about it, but Life Kids has been doing a phenomenal job setting goals as a group and just going for it like no other and just attaining those goals. And then it's just something so great that they can see their progress along the way. They have something to celebrate together, and they have been knocking it out of the park. So we're going to take a note from Life Kids, and we are going to set some goals that not just us as a leadership team, but our entire host team knows about. Now, don't tell them this yet. Let's make sure that we get to touch base in person first, but we're going to set a goal as host team to add 20 people to our team by the end of the year. Now, if you're thinking 20 people by the end of the year, it seems like a lot. You need to know some information, okay? That is going to be easy. That is going to be something that we should absolutely dominate this goal, but I want to make sure we have something that's attainable that we can work towards together, and this is it. So just to put this in perspective, year to date, so in 3 months of this year, actually it's 3.5 now, we have actually added 19 people to our team. 19 people have come on our team. The even better thing about that is 0 people have left host team in 2015. That is incredible to know that we have not only gained 19 people on our team, but we have kept them all. So that means each of our teams is growing, and that is phenomenal because that means all of our experiences are more excellent. We're able to be more welcoming, and we're able to get more people involved in what God's doing here. And so for us to set a goal of in the next 9 months to add 20 more, that should be a breeze, but I wanted to make sure that we're shooting for that as a team. Now, just so you know, behind the scenes, one of my goals this year is to work on distribution of volunteers and making sure that our evening experiences have just as many volunteers that they need as the morning ones do. That's something I'll be working on, but as a team, we are going to be working on adding 20 people to our team. Now again, we'll touch base one-on-one this weekend, and then we will end up in a couple weeks announcing this to host team, and we are going to shoot for it as a team. We're going to have something to celebrate. We're going to be able to track this week to week, and we are going to know, man, we reached this together. We did it together. Also, just to give you guys a heads up, coming up, we have our next coach meeting in May, and then after that, we're going to start focusing on communication, and this would be anything from leading huddles to just having conversations and really leading and pastoring your team. So we're going to start working on communication, and this is going to be something that for some of you is really a stretch, and some of you might be nervous even thinking about it, but I promise you we're going to have fun with it. We are going to be able to just really open up and be honest and transparent with one another, and we're all going to grow, myself included, in our communication together as a team, and then we're going to be able to in turn help others grow as well in their communication. So just looking forward to that, and looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be great. We're in week 3 of I Deserve It, and this series has been incredible. I cannot wait to see what happens this weekend, and we'll touch base about a lot of this one-on-one, but I want to give you a heads up on a couple things. So I will see you this weekend. Let me know if you need anything. Bye, guys.